Hi, welcome to the presentation based on Amira's family's country of origin, Iraq. The topic of the presentation is how has Iraq influenced cuisine in Australia? Firstly, where is Iraq? Iraq is located in Western Asia but is more commonly referred to as being in the Middle East or the Arab world. As you can see by this map, it borders Turkey, Iran, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Jordan and Syria. It is 11,514 kilometres from Australia, which to put in perspective is between 12 and 13 hours by plane. Natural history describes Iraq cuisine as a cuisine of survival, as the destruction caused by the Persian Gulf War in 1990-1991 disrupted food and water supplies. The violence in Iraq since the Iraq War in 2003 has also dramatically affected cuisine by affecting food production, imports, exports, by restricting access to land due to violence and internal population displacement. Historically, Iran has obtained strong influences from culinary traditions of neighbouring countries such as Persia, Iran, Turkey and Syria. Some Iraqi staples are wheat, barley, rice, beans and dates. Fish, chicken and lamb are the most common meats consumed. Lemon, mint, dill, parsley, cumin, coriander and baharat are key ingredients and spices. Yogurt and olive oil are also common supplementary foods. Tea is a very common drink. A traditional meal in Iraq would be a meze, which is an appetizer such as kebabs. Soup would be served next, usually drunk from the bowl, which many cultures may consider unusual. Ghada and asar is Arabic for lunch and dinner, is a simply prepared main course, like lamb and rice followed by a salad, and kabaz, a flat wheat bread served buttered with fruit and jelly on top. Some traditional Iraqi dishes are tershi, mazgoof, kwazi, which is stuffed roast lamb. Something else other cultures may consider unusual is that Iraqis cook almost every part of an animal, from the kidneys, heart, liver to the brain, feet, eyes and ears. Pacha is a slowly cooked combination of sheep's head, stomach, feet and other parts in a broth. Majority of Iraqis who practice the Muslim religion, which is almost all of Iraqis, eating pork is forbidden. Amira's family is actually Christian. Ramadan is a month-long daily fast with eating throughout the night. The daily fast is commonly broken with dates, yogurt, soup and water. According to the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations, known as FAO, Iraq's largest commodity produced is wheat. The graph here displays an increasing wheat production with a significant peak in 2010. Iraq's main imports are wheat products, rice and sugar. Iraq's main export is dates. This graph shows the amount of wheat products, rice and sugar imported into Iraq from 1961 to 2013. The FAO does not show food consumption data. This graph, however, shows the amount of wheat available in Iraq and Australia after taking the production, imports and exports of wheat and industrial and agricultural uses into account. It is shown in kilograms per capita per year. This shows that Iraq has significantly more wheat products available for consumption than Australia. Migration patterns. Australia accepted its first 2,000 Iraq refugees from 1991 to 1992, coinciding with the Persian Gulf War. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees puts Iraq refugees as the second largest group of refugees as a result of the Iraq War beginning 2003 and ongoing conflicts. The 2011 census recorded 48,170 Iraq-born people in Australia. Australian cuisine once had almost an exclusively British influence, whereas now it is more of a social construction rather than being historically assumed. While much of Australia's culinary expansion is due to immigration, there are other factors too. Technological advancement means expensive, rare and often imported ingredients are more available to the Australian household cook, regardless of ethnicity or country of origin. Newspaper columns and online articles, travel magazines, television programs, government publications are viewed by a majority of the Australian public, especially via social media and reality TV shows. Tourism is being promoted by government institutions and national advertising and marketing enterprises, which also reaches the Australian public. How has Iraq cuisine become available to all Australians? As more Iraqi people settle in Australia, this increases the consumer demand for culturally appropriate foods. This leads to more supermarket stocking more globally cultural foods, becoming more available to all Australians. As those that originate from Australia meet Iraqis in the community, they are more exposed to the culture. For example, kids going to school together often share lunches, which may be applicable to Amira and her peers. Specialty Middle Eastern grocery stores are available in each Australian state, led by New South Wales and Victoria, which is where most Iraqi refugees were distributed in the 2011 census. The ones in Victoria would be accessible to Amira and her family, and there are also Facebook groups available where goods can be purchased. Other examples would be online shopping for cookbooks. We'd be able to easily access Iraqi cookbooks. The SBS also have a show called The Family Feast, and there is an episode specifically relating to Iraqi cuisine. Thank you very much for listening.